White flag raised. Away they go, a quartet over 3-1 and the fourth, the Finlay Ford at Naas Stayers Novice Chase. It's a grade 3. 16 fences to jump, and it's Sander Clegane. There's still a maiden at the first, followed by Embassy Gardens, Desert Moor House, and dropped in a little adrift as Let's Be Cleared About It. Heading on to fence number 2, Sander Clegane the leader. Out very wide is Embassy Gardens, followed by Desert Moor House, and finally Let's Be Cleared About It. Over the second, Sander Clegane, Embassy Gardens 1 and 2, followed by Desert Moor House. And much closer, fourth of the four, is Let's Be Cleared About It, conceding £6 to his 3 rivals. Now their first big test, ditch, number 3. Sander Clegane from Embassy Gardens, Desert Moor House, Let's Be Cleared About It. Order unchanged, turning to come across to the 3 fences before the straight. It's Sander Clegane and Sean O'Keefe, a couple of lengths in front. Over the favourite, Embassy Gardens and Paul Townend, and third is Desert Moor House, Ricky Doyle. And the back marker is Let's Be Cleared About It and Keith Donoghue. Making the bend to the first of 3, taking on the approach to the straight. Sander Clegane from Embassy Gardens, a couple of lengths away in third, finds the outsider Desert Moor House, with the fourth and last Let's Be Cleared About It within about 4 lengths of the leader. Their second ditch, Sander Clegane, Embassy Gardens, Desert Moor House, Let's Be Cleared About It. One more to bring them into the straight the first time. Sander Clegane, Embassy Gardens on the outside. A debut chase winner, followed by Desert Moor House, Let's Be Cleared About It. Order still the same from the time they set off. Sander Clegane turns in with a widening advantage, 4 lengths over Embassy Gardens, and then Desert Moor House, and Let's Be Cleared About It. On up the straight they come to the first of 2. Fence number 7 coming up. And racing alone over the far side, Sander Clegane in the red and white. On this side, Embassy Gardens is tracked by Desert Moor House, and Let's Be Cleared About It, fence number 8. And the last one next time in the Finlay Ford at Naas Stayers Novice Chase. Sander Clegane, as of yet to be headed over that from Embassy Gardens, Desert Moor House, and Let's Be Clear About It as they climb the hill with well over a circuit to go. The 4-runner field remains intact. Sander Clegane, tracked by Embassy Gardens, Desert Moor House, and Let's Be Clear About It have closed up onto the heels of Embassy Gardens. Finishing next time, another 8 fences left to jump as they return to the point at which they started. Coming inside the halfway stage, Sander Clegane with the reduced advantage of 1.5 lengths over Embassy Gardens, taken out wide, and then Desert Moor House, Let's Be Cleared About It. Heading to fence number 9, it was their first. Sander Clegane, Sean O'Keefe, tracked all the while by Embassy Gardens, Paul Townend. Together at the rear, Desert Moor House, Ricky Doyle, Let's Be Cleared About It, and Keith Donoghue. Heading to the second one away from us. This is 7 fences from the finish. Well inside the halfway point, Sander Clegane, continuing to do his own thing to the inside. Out by the hedge, Embassy Gardens, then Desert Moor House, and Let's Be Cleared About It. 9 furlongs to go. 6 fences left to jump. Sander Clegane re-establishing a lead over Embassy Gardens. Matched in rear, Desert Moor House, Let's Be Cleared About It. Their second last ditch coming up a mile from the finish. Sander Clegane, Embassy Gardens, Desert Moor House, and Let's Be Cleared About It. Reaching the final 7 furlongs with 5 fences left to jump. And the Finlay Ford at Naas Stayers Novice Chase. Grade 3 event. Sander Clegane Once more reeled in by Embassy Gardens as Let's Be Clear About It relegates Desert Moor House to be last of the quartet. With 5 fences left to jump. Sander Clegane by under a length to Embassy Gardens. As they take that fence, then Let's Be Clear About It in Desert Moor House. Another 4 to go. The final ditch is coming up. Sander Clegane kicks back into a 3 lead over Embassy Gardens, and Let's Be Clear About It shows half a length in front of the trailing Desert Moor House. 5 furlongs to go, 3 fences left to jump. Sander Clegane by 3 to Embassy Gardens. Let's Be Clear About It and Desert Moor House, the final couple. The third last fence taking them for home. Sander Clegane, Embassy Gardens. They were on opposite sides of the fence. Then Let's Be Clear About It. And pushed along last of the 4 is Desert Moor House. Round the bend for the final 2 fences, and it's Sander Clegane. 2.5 in front of Embassy Gardens. In third is Let's Be Clear About It, and then Desert Moor House. In they come for the last 2. On the right, Sander Clegane. On the left, Embassy Gardens. In between them, trying to come with a run is Let's Be Clear About It, and then Desert Moor House. The second last, Sander Clegane from Embassy Gardens, who's coming there towards the near side. Then Let's Be Clear About It. The 2 leaders on opposite sides of the track with 1 fence left to jump, and Embassy Gardens has come to take the long-time leader, Sander Clegane. And at the last, Embassy Gardens is over and moving away from Sander Clegane. Let's Be Clear About It. Back and forth is Desert Moor House. It's Embassy Gardens the leader as they run up to the finish. The Finlay Ford at Naas Stairs Novice is a stepping stone to better things for Embassy Gardens. A quick feature race is double for Paul Townend and Willie Mullins. That was good. Embassy Gardens clear from Sander Clegane. Let's Be Clear About It. Desert Moor House.
Welcome back to Naas. Willie Mullins with us after Embassy Gardens carried off a grade 3 double here for the champion trainer. And Willie, again, lovely performance. He looks like he was born to jump a fence, this horse, doesn't he?
That's exactly what I thought. I just said to David Casey in the stand, you know, this fella loves jumping. Every time he sees a fence, pricks the 2 ears, measures it out himself, very seldom gets it wrong. And I think fences have helped him too to settle, because he was too free over hurdles, and I don't think he cared too much about hurdles. Fencing is a whole different ball game. We had the dame Diana de Mott, and she loved jumping as well, you know. So galloping, jumping, staying, that's his name.
Interesting race to watch with the horse in front sticking on his own over on the inside. What was going through your head on the way around?
Well, you know, some jockeys like to go the shortest way around. Other jockeys, Paul always likes to keep out a little bit. You know, Paul has a different method of riding racing than a lot of jockeys, and you know, it suits him. You know, I always like Paul's style, but you'll never see Paul's wedged on the rail or anything like that. He always likes to keep his options open, keep off the rail a bit, and will travel the outside. On this track he will, but you know, watching him racing at any track, he's not a, you know, have to go down the inside every day. He doesn't. He just rides. He rides races differently than a lot of other jockeys.
Everyone seems to think this is the horse that Patrick is going to be on in the National Hunt Chase at Cheltenham. Is that your feeling at the moment?
Well, I'll have to have a word with Sean and Bernardine, see what they want to do. But he's in the Brown Advisory. He's in that race. The 4 mile National Hunt Chase would look made for him, I think. Yeah.
Could he be competitive if he did just hypothetically go the Brown Advisory route, though, do you think?
Oh, he would be. Yeah. But we've got to see, you know, what. Like, I imagine he's probably favoured in the National Hunt Chase, you know. And any time I think you're favoured for a race in Cheltenham, you should try and go that route, I think.
And Willie, earlier on we saw Zarek the Brave rebound from that below par run at Tipperary. We were saying earlier on, he was reported to be clinically abnormal that day. No one ever knows what that means. I mean, were you able to put your finger on it afterwards?
Yeah, we were, and you know, basically it means probably not quite a heart fibrillation, but and sometimes they get what we call the thumps. You know, they're but it's something that they, you know, get over the following day. Some horses take them a while to get over it, but it's a thing that happens, and then with very little help a horse can get over it. They just need time. We gave this fellow time, and we tried to get him ready for another race somewhere along the line, and the condition came back, but we gave him another break, and now he's back fine again. You know, all his work up for the last 3 weeks has been very good, so we took a chance and ran him today, and he he looks fine afterwards.
I know he was a very short price today, but to me it looked as though he made a very much unsung Tell Me Something girl. Were you really pleased with the way he was able to get the better of her?
I was, but he ran like he'd been working at home today, and that's good. So I think he's in the champion hurdle. I'm not sure. We'll have to have a chat with the owners, Simon Muneer and Isaac Swade, see what way they want to go. There are other options at home for him. I think here in Ireland, maybe Fairyhouse and Punchestown, but we haven't really looked at them yet. But I'd say it might be better win a few races at home.
Yesterday was Sunday, even by your standards. Six of the best graded winners. I know you were watching on from afar, but graded winners at Cheltenham, Doncaster and Fairyhouse. Which of them would have pleased you the most?
Lassie might look the obvious one. I thought Ashrow Diamond has improved hugely. I thought Paul was fantastic on Capitano. Probably the conditions of the race suited him, but I thought tactically he was so far ahead. The bumper horse with Jody yesterday. One of our bumper horses been in front 7 furlongs out on heavy ground. Jody, what is she, 9 stone? To keep a big national hunt lazy fecker that didn't want to go, that he was looking all over the place. She kept him going. I thought she was very good on him. And Brian Hayes then had a nice double as well on the 2 that he rode in. And Jade de Grugy in the Mayor's Hurdle in Fairyhouse was very good. With Brian, he was, Brian, like he'd be 3rd or 4th in our place, and then to get 2 good chances on, capitalise on the 2, fantastic for him.
He was just telling us afterwards, both you and Paul had filled him with confidence about Jade de Grugy. Do you think she's right up there with some of the horses you've won that Mayor's Novice at Cheltenham with?
I think so, and I think she's improving. So looking forward to the Mayor's Novice in Cheltenham with her. Now that Honeysuckle is retired, Kenny will have something else to look forward to.
Excellent. And you mentioned Lossiemouth there. It looks as though the Mayor's is going to be the port of call for her. What about Capodanno? Because he wasn't in the Gold Cup. He's won a race that's a recognised Gold Cup trial. There's no fear of him being supplemented, is there?
I don't know. I haven't discussed that yet, but I'm sure JP is looking in, so we'll see. We'll see what he says. I'll be chatting to him later, but I think we had other plans for him, and but he's just improving nicely, and he will. The whole yard is just improving nicely coming into spring, so we'll see.
I suppose there's a Grand National for him, and he did get some experience there last year too, didn't he?
Exactly, that would look more the plan.
And Willie, just finally before we let you go, big weekend next weekend. Is Gallopin definitely going to spearhead the team, all being well?
At the moment, everything that's entered is running. I haven't. Gallopin is my plan is to run him. My plan is to run the champion hurdle horses, all the novices. We'll be doing nice bits of work this week, and from what I'm hearing at home when I was away, everything is going according to plan. That's
great news. So none of the high-profile horses are going to miss the gig at this stage. I know there's still a few days left.
Not today, Sunday, unless they run the gallop disappointing during the week.
Brilliant. And finally, you have got a few chances left to come today. A couple in the maiden hurdle and a new recruit in the bumper. What can you tell us?
I think he's a nice horse. I think he works nicely with the horse that won yesterday. So I'm hoping that he can produce the same racecourse performance as yesterday's bumper winner did. And 2 in the maiden hurl, Special Caddo has to improve, doesn't he? Has to improve on his form. But I care the boy. I think if he puts in his best run, we'll go very close.
Lovely. Well, look forward to seeing them run. Well done so far. Thanks for joining us, Willie.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.